Hello there and welcome. My name is Linda and this is my channel called Linda T70. Thank you very much for stopping by today. It's so good to have your company. Thank you to all my faithful subscribers and viewers who come back and watch my videos every time I put one up, and for all the lovely comments. It's a pleasure to have a little chat with you. Thank you if you've just stopped on here and you're just giving me a try, and also thank you if you're newly subscribed. I do have to thank Tina from Tina's Talk Time for mentioning my channel on one of her videos recently. I didn't know she was going to do that, so I was watching it anyway because I'm subscribed to her, and I was really quite surprised. She also mentioned another lady called Kim Martin, I think on her video, and I know a lot of you, you know, we all seem to watch similar people because I you know, from comments I get from my regulars, I know that we watch a lot of channels the same, but not all of them. So if you know, it's lovely to have a little mention, and I've got some new people, new subscribers from that, so thank you to Tina. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy my video today. I've got a bit of all sorts here. I've got a couple of house things, as in, I mean, I know you can never hear enough about this room that I've just recently decorated, but I've just about finished everything now. You know, as in I've drawn the line under it. However, I've got a table here, this dining table, and I've kind of painted out the legs and things. I've given them it's a freshen up, but I just needed something to put on the top of the table, and I thought, as it's you know, my underlying theme was the Art Deco thing, I thought I'll find a gold coloured bowl. Well, that was easier said than done, I can tell you. The only one I could find that looked anything like I wanted was from Dunelm, so I picked that up. I will show you in a second, with a couple of other bits, and also a table runner. And I think this is going to be it now, because I think I bought enough stuff for this room. I've bought a few ornaments, but it probably seems like there's loads in here, but I don't think there's that many. But they're just a bit sort of things I've never really bought before, like the panther and the golden black vase and whatever. Anyway, I've also got a golden schnauzer. I'll show you. I forgot to bring her over. I'll show you that in a moment. I know, can't wait. So the vase. Well, shall I start with the vase? This is from Dunelm. I bought this vase. And I bought this vase because of the colour, obviously, and it matches the bowl I bought. Now, the bowl I know was £20. I'm not sure if this was 15 or 20, but I like it, and I've been keeping some kind of a couple of gold coloured stems in it, so I think it looks quite nice. If I remember to do it, I'll put a photograph on the video thing, if you see what I mean, and you can have a look. Anyway, see how it's kind of styled. And then with that, this is quite heavy because it's got a marble bottom. I don't know why you'd put a marble bottom on a bowl, but there we are. At least it's not going to blow off the table, is it? This was definitely £20. If you can kind of see, it's exactly the same as the vase. It's got this sort of distressed look, I suppose. So it's not bright, and I've been putting fruit in it, but you know. And the third thing, which, because I like things in threes, although I've said that, and I probably put this somewhere else in the room, it had this little sort of trinket box. This was £10. This is all from Dunelm, which I haven't put any trinkets in because I don't think I've got a lot of trinkets. But I kind of thought that was nice because it's got a little sort of detail. I don't know if it's people do this with their hand. I don't know if it actually works. Can you see it's got a little sort of indentation in the handle thing, and that's not quite the same finish, but it's as near as, damn it, so you know. So I bought those three things, and to cover a part of the table I have bought a runner, again from Dunelm, and it's this kind of Art Deco sunray type style. This was, I think this was £15, and it's about 1.5 meters long. So it's not really quite long enough for my table, but you know, as long as the runner police don't come and check on me, we'll probably be okay, won't we? So I will try and remember to do a photo of that at the end. I'm going to show you my golden schnauzer, but I forgot to pick her up. So 1 second. Talk among yourselves. I suppose I should try and edit that out when I do the thing at the end. We'll see how that goes, shall we? Okay, this is my golden schnauzer. Now, I can imagine what some people out there are thinking. I happen to have a couple of them, you know, my dogs. I've got 2 dogs and they're schnauzers. And I'm not really one of these people that goes around endlessly buying stuff that reminds them of their dogs. But my daughter and I were in Home Sense a few weeks ago, and they had some really what I considered hideous things in there. And they were kind of dog based. They had, for example, they had one of those dogs that looked like Graham Norton. Pug dog. I think they look a bit like Graham Norton. And it had like, it had long arms, human arms if I remember rightly, and I think it might have had boxing gloves or something on it. It was very weird. And they had like a golden helmet, like a hard hat, you know, and and some other really weird things. And of course, me and my daughter were walking around sort of laughing at all this stuff and saying, oh my God, who'd have one of those? And then I saw the golden schnauzer and I thought, oh my God, who'd buy one of these? Anyway, so a couple of weeks later, when I was doing this room with the kind of gold accents, I was thinking about this and I thought, oh, maybe it would look quite nice in here. And I was thinking and I thought, oh no, you just laughed at it when you were walking around the shop. Anyway, so I went back and I said to my daughter, look, I rang her up and I said, look, I really feel terrible saying this, but I think I want one of those schnauzers. Anyway, I went back to have a look and they'd all gone. So I'm obviously not the only mad person. They had quite a few in there. So other people must have bought them. And anyway, she said to me, well, if you see one, she said, don't buy one. Turns out she'd got me the last one in the shop for Mother's Day, which was lovely. I have to say, it's not quite as I remember it because it's much bigger. I remembered it being smaller, and I thought it was the finish was a bit shinier, but then I don't really want it any shinier. So I found a nice little nook. It's got to be a girl because my 2 dogs are girls. I found a nice little sort of nook to put my golden schnauzer in, and go ahead and laugh. I don't care. She's staying with me now, so there we are. So I've got my golden schnauzer and those last bits, and honestly, if I try and buy anything else for this room, somebody needs to shoot me because I just don't need anything. We're quite well, we're done now. So moving on to the next shop. Well, you know, I'm always mentioning current husband. I bet you think, does she ever buy that poor man anything? And I do. So I went into Next yesterday because I bought some shoes that I needed to take back, and I had a little look round and I thought I'd show you what I got him. And I suppose this is all a bit Marmite as well, a bit like the golden schnauzer. You either like this sort of thing or you loathe them, but I found these shoes for him, and what I liked about them was they're kind of a hybrid, I think, between a shoe and, you know, a trainer or a deck shoe or something. And I thought in my head they were a perfect balance between smart and casual. You know, people say, oh, smart casual. And I thought, yeah, I like those. Don't know if I'm showing them terribly well. They were quite expensive. They were, hold on. They were for £52, and they're leather, which I know you shouldn't really buy leather, should you? But yeah, so I bought him these, and he does like them, and he says they are going to fit him and he's going to wear them, so I'd be interested to know what you think of those. So we've given current husband a bit of a treat there, haven't we? I also bought him from Next, which he said I can show you. So I bought him a shirt. Oh, I've just realised I haven't turned my phone off. I better do that, otherwise it usually goes off, doesn't it? So this shirt, which has got a mixture of blue, I suppose that's navy or black, I can't really tell, and grey. This one is, I don't know what fit it, this is a regular fit, it's an XL, so he might have to hold his stomach in, but so I've got him that, plus if he wants to wear it more casually undone, a t-shirt to go underneath, and the t-shirt was £15, 2 for £22.50, and the shirt is, I think it was 20 something pounds, oh hang on, £22, and apparently there are other fits available in this shirt, so that's for him. And then I went to, let me just turn my phone off because it might ring. I went to TK Maxx, and I hardly ever go in there. And I just had a little look around because the handbags and things are near the window. And one of my daughters, she was showing me a new handbag she's bought. I thought, because I'm not really a shoe or bag person. I mean, obviously I've got shoes and bags because you have to have them you can't go around with nothing on your feet all the time, can you? But I'm not one of these people that want, that's always looking at shoes and loves shoes and, has tons of them, designer shoes and whatever. And the same with bags. I've just got a bag. I think I've got about 3 bags. But they're just day-to-day bags. I'm not a bag and a shoe person. Am I making myself clear? I think you've probably got the idea by now, haven't you? And I found this one in TK Maxx, and it's this little bag here. And I thought this is quite nice for going out. It's Dune. I have heard of them, but I don't know whether they're good with bags or not. And this one was, this was £45, and it's got the sort of metal decoration here, the brand on the, I don't really go for brands on things very much, but I just like this little bag. And it's got a sort of zippy bit and 2 other bits at the side. I don't suppose I'm explaining this terribly well. And it's black. I don't know if it's leather or anything, probably not, but I don't really care about that. I don't really want it to be. And just a nice sort of, I know it's not for going over your shoulder or anything, it's just for walking along and holding it by the straps, and I quite like the idea of that, but there is a shoulder strap in there. I'm not really sure how bags that have got these sort of bases actually work as shoulder bags. I don't know, the bag I normally use is an over-the-shoulder bag, and it's kind of quite flat. I don't think this would lend itself to a long strap, but you've got the option there if you want to. So yeah, that's my bag I treated myself to. And the reason I actually thought about that was I've been on the lookout for some block-heeled shoes because I've got arthritis in one of my toes and it doesn't bend properly, so I can't really wear very high heels. So I spend most of my time in flat shoes, and sometimes you just want a little heel, don't you? And I've been looking around for a shoe that doesn't have an ankle strap because I've got horrible fat ankles and I don't really want those emphasising any more than need be. So I eventually found these, These are JD Williams branded, but I got them from Next, and they're just perfect. So it's a little block heel. Well, I would say that's about 2 inches, maybe 2.5 inches, something like that. These ones are suede. They're a wide fit. So my criteria was block heel, wide fit, no ankle strap. Oh, and it had to be filled in because otherwise sometimes your toe pokes out. That's what they do with me because of lovely feet. I ordered 2 pairs, a 7 and an 8. The 8 fitted me better, so I returned the 7. They were £34, I think, £34. I returned the other pair, and that's why I treated myself to the bag. Although they're not the same finish, it doesn't really matter. I just wanted a pair of shoes like this, so I'm quite pleased with those. Also, again, I was out shopping with my daughter. Oh, it's just seamless, this, isn't it? And I've got some combat trousers that I bought last year. And because, as I've told you probably 100 times, I'm quite tall, I'm 5'7", but my body's longer than my legs. And I think because these combat trousers are gathered at the ankles, it makes me look a bit out of proportion. So I thought, well, I can't really do anything about stretching my legs, and I can't really unpick the cuff on the trousers. So I thought I'll buy some trainers that have got a platform on them, so I kind of look, and this is in my head, I don't know whether it would work, but so I would look taller on the bottom. You know, it would even me out, if you see what I mean. And so we were in Primark and I saw these. And I think they was either £16 or £18. I bought them last week, so I've taken the label off now. And they've got, they were actually styled in a bunch of clothes that were like combat trousers. There's I don't know if you can see the colour, but there's a sort of very pale sage green and a beige colour. And yeah, and these are an 8. But my only thing is, I'm wondering, I mean, I've asked children and current husband, and people, you know, they say, oh yeah, they're nice, but I'd feel a bit like, what's his name? The guy, I'll think of his name in a minute. So I'm not entirely sure, and they are kind of quite clumpy and heavy. So let me know what you think about those. I think they look really nice, but I don't know if they're right for me. And again, if I think of it, I'll try and take a photo with me wearing my combat trousers at the end, but I might forget because I say I'll do these things and I just forget. But let me know what you think about those. Herman Munster, that's him. Herman Munster. Do I look like Herman Munster in them? This is what I need to know. You know, he had those big old platform shoes. Everything comes to me in the end. I bought these also. These are no good to me at all, but I was in Sainsbury's and I found these. They were the only pair left. They were a size 8. And I thought, they're waiting for me to come by, aren't they? Because that's probably going to be my size in these, because they're not particularly wide. So I sort of teeter between a 7 and an 8. So I bought them. These are £15, 2, you know, Sainsbury's 2 brand. And the other thing about them is I've got a fat foot and a thinner foot, and this shoe fits my fat foot, but this shoe doesn't fit my thin foot. So I don't know quite what's happened there. So I will probably be returning those unless I can find somebody who in my family that would love these. But I think they'll probably be going back. I was just quite disappointed with that because I thought, oh, they're waiting for me, they're waiting for me. So that's those. What else have I got? I've got a couple of, I bought 3 t-shirts, one of which I'm wearing now from yours. let me try and... So if you can see, it's stripy. Oh, bit of a boob shot there. You know, a little open V there. And if I go back, and I bought it, it's a size 18 actually, because I'm wearing it with a denim skirt. And if I move my chair, maybe you can get a better look. Right. So I wanted something that was this sort of shape. I didn't want a big old baggy thing I had to tuck in. So this was, I think, £17.99. And I thought, yeah, quite just nice to wear with this skirt. And I bought 2 other t-shirts as well from yours. First one, which I haven't actually tried on yet, but I'm sure it'd be fine. This one I got in a size, I'm sorry if you don't know, I've already mentioned I'm 5'7" and I'm a size 20. Yeah, and I'm 70 years old, so I'm always a little bit worried about wearing anything that you might think, oh God, she's a bit of a mutton dressed as lamb, but all comments are appreciated. If you think you've got any ideas of anything I show you, or any comments, whether you like them or you don't like them, you know, I'm happy for you to comment and let me know. So this one is £14.99. This is a size 18 as well. Okay, so we've got just this one's a kind of a beige colour. This is the front, obviously. And it's got this sort of, what do you call that? It's like on a corset thing, isn't it? And it's fairly loose fit. We've got nice sleeves. They're probably similar length to this, which at least to my elbow. So I rather like that. So I bought that for myself. And the last t-shirt I bought, I think that's the last thing I've got to show you actually, you'll be glad to know, is this t-shirt. Again, this is from yours, £14.99, and this is a size 20. Now, before I show you it properly, I have to say I'm very wary of buying t-shirts or any clothing with words on, because you know there's sort of dozens of, well, hundreds of t-shirts out there with places like, you know, Atlanta or Detroit. They tend to be American places, and I don't really want to wear a t-shirt somewhere I've not been. Now, I have been to America, I don't want to show off, but I haven't been to Atlanta or Detroit, so I wouldn't buy a t-shirt with it written on, and I don't really know why people do, but I suppose that's just me being a bit weird, isn't it? And it's the same with things that have got love and hearts all over them. I'm not, you know, madly keen on anything like that. I mean, they're all right in pyjamas, I suppose, but I don't really want to walk around with those Rolling Stone tongue, you know, those sort of Rolling Stone lips and tongue. There's loads of t-shirts with that, so I have to kind of read everything before I buy it. But this made me sort of chuckle, really. And again, this was another occasion when I was with my daughter when I saw it first. And it says, what's it say? Wild Soul, I think. Is it? Wild Soul. And I said to her, well, I can't buy anything like that because I'm just not wild. And she said, well, you get a fabric pen and write, I'm not a wild soul, which I thought was quite amusing. And I quite like the picture. And I thought, well, if I'm trying to get things that are slightly different to what I normally would buy, starting with a t-shirt with some writing on it is probably a good way to start. So we've got a lion with some flowers around the outside. It's a kind of a sage green colour. I think they had it, did they have it in different shades? I don't know, I can't remember. But yeah, I said how much this was, wasn't I? 20, and it's £14.99. So I thought, well, I'll give that a go. And that might look quite nice with my combat trousers when I eventually try them with my Herman Munster shoes. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. I have to say, thank you so much for all the comments about my last video. I don't know if people always watch videos in the order they're made, but the one where I did the outfits that my children chose for me, or 3 of the children chose for me. I mean, you've been so kind about that. I mean, looking back, because when you're trying things on camera, it's, I don't know whether, I think other people probably have the same thing, because I've heard folks say, well, I don't know till I watch it back whether actually I like it on me or not. And when I watched it back and saw me in that denim jumpsuit, I thought, oh dear. But then some of you loved that on me, so it's just all, it's all relative really, isn't it? But again, thank you to my kids for helping me out with that. But I've had so much positive response, and the daughter that chose the outfit, with the overwhelmingly favourite items were the skirt, the jacket and the white blouse. So she's feeling quite pleased with herself, I can tell you about that. So thank you for all that. I got quite a lot of an awful lot of comments about that. And I did say to somebody, because my current husband, he said, oh, perhaps I should try choosing you an outfit, which I thought, I don't know, but then maybe I will try and do that with him one day. I don't know really, but yes, we'll see about that. That's everything for today. I think I've remembered everything I wanted to show you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this hasn't gone on too long. I'm sorry I had a bit of a gap there trying to think of Herman Munster's name. If you would like to come back, if you'd like to subscribe, you don't have to if you don't want to, but if you do, it's free. You don't have, it doesn't, you're not forced to doing, anything. I've said this before, I think subscribing or subscription is, they give out the wrong meaning, don't they, to people in this context anyway. This isn't anything where you're signing up for anything, or all you do is I think you get notified of when videos come up. But then if you get fed up with it, you can always unsubscribe. It's not something that you're tied into. It's dead easy to do. And it's, I'm so pleased that I'm getting a nice little community of people. And as I say, you've all been really nice. And I should mention that, which I forgot to say earlier, was that I only got mentioned by Tina because one of my subscribers had actually asked me if she could let Tina know about my channel. So thank you so much to her for doing that. It's made such a difference, and it's really kind of her, and thank you very much. It's just, I keep saying everything's nice and lovely, don't I? But it is, so thank you. Right, I'm going to go now. I shall see you in my next video. I'm not sure what I'm going to do next, but hopefully I'll have you with me next time, and we'll see what we chat about then. So take care, and thanks for watching. Bye bye now.